So I've made KARLSON in Minecraft, KARLSON in Minecraft, KARLSON, I download Minecraft, KARLSON. KARLSON is a 2D platformer, or at least a 2D version. It's a decently known game on itch.io made by a YouTuber named Danny. And if you don't know who that is, I don't blame you because he hasn't made a video in a year. My God. I wanted to make KARLSON in Minecraft. Because one day I was just bored and I had really nothing else to do. So I decided, hey, you know what? Why not? I mean, it could be fun. And if you don't know what KARLSON is, then I just explained it. But you just fight red dudes, and it's really fun. I actually just made a video about it. And they have 2D and 3D. Look, there's stage select. I want to make all this in Minecraft. So, to get started, I booted up a world. Oh, Angry Birds. Okay. Anyways, I booted up a world in Minecraft, and I decided to call it KARLSON 2D. Because, I mean, I'm going to make the 2D version, not the 3D version, because the 3D version is just way different. Anyways, so I decided to make do all the settings for the world, make sure everything's right, putting on keep inventory. And it is actually one of my first voiceover videos, so it's probably going to be kind of weird. So I don't want to do any resource packs or behavior packs. It's just I want it to be plain vanilla. I didn't want to do any experiments because we don't need experiments. There's no reason to add experiments. So I just went ahead and created everything. I double checked, make sure everything was good, and created the world. Now I booted up the world in O. This is not the right one. Oh. Okay, so I now loaded up a flat world this time, and to get started, I grabbed some scaffolding and just stacked it. I double checked real quick, and I knew it was KARLSON is on rooftops, so I went as high as I could with this one. And I'm gonna be talking kind of fast here to kind of keep up with the video. But once I got to the top of the scaffolding, I decided it was a little too much, so I went down a little bit because KARLSON is just full of rooftops. That's literally the whole game. You jump from rooftop to rooftop, and you take down red guys. So I started getting started on the roof. I went all the way to the bottom and broke. And hold on. Look at all that fall. Just beautiful, isn't it? Anyways, I went to the top and started building. I was just going to make a basic rooftop, and I started stretching out. I was going to have it be smooth stone because, I didn't want to just use wool or something. Now, I looked again at the KARLSON, and turns out they actually have white on top, so I had to fix that. And right away I had the gray line. Look, boom, amazing editing, am I right? And I did smooth quartz because it's nice and smooth. It looks kind of pixelated, but I couldn't just do wool or something, and it's just smooth quartz. And then I realized something isn't right here. I was thinking about building it in 2D and then bridging it off to make it slightly 3D, but then I realized when you're on top you can't see what's below you, so you'll be running and you can't see what's below you, meaning I had to destroy it. So I quickly got rid of the whole thing, and boom, I officially spent 20 minutes just building a white strip, just a white line of literally nothingness. And now you run forward, and I gotta work on it. And it took me a while to think what I was gonna do because I wanted to make it 3. I didn't know if I was supposed to make it 1 so we go straight, but then I thought that was gonna. I thought that would look better because it was 2D, so it'd basically be Mario but 3D, so everything will still be only 1 block. So I looked at some recording to see what I wanted to do, if I wanted to make it more 3D or just everything be 1 block wide, and it took me some time because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know which one to choose. I thought I was gonna do the 2D one, like everything was still 1 block wide. By the way, this is not a video of me playing KARLSON. I'm not that good. This is just someone else playing KARLSON to it. Shout out to that guy. I'll put his name right there. Anyways, so I looked at it, I'm like, wait, the side buildings, that's it. How are you gonna get on the side buildings and all that if it's 1 block? Because it's just gonna look super weird. So realized, wait, the crates and stuff, like all of that. So after watching a little bit of more, I decided to make it 3 by 3, and then I realized that would be a little too thin, so I made it 5 by 5. It's not 5 by 5, it's just 5 blocks wide. I don't know why I was saying it like that. Anyways, I tried to find the middle of it, and I broke the block, because that was going to be I was thinking that was going to be where the title screen is. Ooh, that was going to be where the title screen is. So I went over, and I looked through, and I'm like, ooh, what material should I use? You know what? Gold, because why the hell not? I mean, who doesn't like gold? I mean, like gold, and if you don't like gold, then like, anyways, and then I decided that instead of that being the title, I was also gonna have the title screens, so I made a K. I was gonna do the title KARLSON, so I made the letter K, and that is not how it looked, so I had to redo it, and I got this a little too wide, and last but not least, there it is. That looks way better, but it was a little too close, so I was just going to rebuild it and push it farther. I was going to make it as far as the scaffolding goes, and I thought that was a little too far and hard to organize, so I just decided to make it 1 scaffolding, how far that goes instead of 2, and then I put down the smooth cords, and I got rid of all the scaffolding. That's how I was going to start making the title. The A, is it just me, or is that A looking kind of thick? Yeah, I'm not that good with it. Anyways, I made the A skinnier, and I started building the letters. So KARLSON, KR. I try to make all the letters at least 4 blocks wide, so that way they're not too thin, but you can also see understand each one. And I'm not gonna lie, I shouldn't have done that thick. Danny was way better at that. But I started to get going, and I did every single letter. And as I was doing this, I was thinking, how am I going to do the S? It took me some time to figure out how I was going to do this S. I didn't know if I wanted it to be curvy or not. It was too thick at first, and then eventually I got it right. And then lastly was the O, which was a nice thing from it. But the N looked kind of funky, so I tried fixing it a few times. But in the end, I just decided to have it be like that. And boom, KARLSON. That's what we got now. And I was actually kind of proud of it. It looked really good. But it was a little too far. It was a little too close though, so I made it a little farther, and I got rid of all the platform. I had to get rid of the whole platform, and now I have the base point. And now I'm going to have to extend all of this. And yes, most of this video is really just me doing this in like 4 times speed. But all this I had to extend it out and make it thick again. And then I realized, wait, KARLSON, in the title, there's like some text. The text is red, so I put red behind all of it. And now, if you can see, as you can see, it has a nice, cool look to it. It's kind of aerial, so you can see, like, as you move, you can see the red layers behind it. I couldn't really make it look like how it did in the game, but it still looks really good, in my opinion. Oh my god, sorry, I'm just talking so much. Okay, and then I made everything thick. I had to make everything 5 blocks wide again, so I quickly got building with that, and I got distracted with some scaffolding. But I got back to work, and I made everything 5 blocks wide, and boom, there it is, KARLSON. And now I need to get going on the main menu. Like, first I tried finding the middle, and I thought it was at where the L is, but it was kind of uneven on the platform, so I tried extending it a little bit on the platform, and it looked a little more even. So that's where the thing was going to be. That's where the start button was going to be. So I put down the button, and I went through the signs. I said what sign I was going to use, and then I was thinking, I mean, might as well go with oak. I mean, and I put start in all caps just in case you can't see it. And if you still can't see it, I improvised by going back, and I went all the way down, grabbed some glow ink sack, and plop it on, and boom, start. Now you can literally see it. I mean, come on now. I mean, just look at it. If if, if you can't see it, I don't know what to say. You're blind, legally. Like you. Anyways, now the start button. The start button doesn't really do anything at first, right now. So I have to get started. But first, I don't want anyone jumping off and plummeting to their death. And oh, that was laggy. So I went over to slash give command. I went over to my friendly guy commands, whatever. I added border blocks around the entire thing. If you don't know what border blocks are, basically, instead of barrier blocks, where you have to place each block individually and have to make them go up or down, barrier blocks do it for you. That you can see those particles, they go up and they go down infinitely. So if you're in survival, it does not, it doesn't, like, you cannot come off. Like, I know I put them under, but you still can't go by. If you still don't understand how barrier blocks work, I feel bad for you. Now, next, I thought it was good enough, but I had to make the button do something, so I went into the commands again and gave myself a command block so I can actually make it teleport you to the level making system. And this one, in this video, I'm only making the title because the rest would take a little too long. And okay, this already took me like an hour and a half to make, and in KARLSON, there's a bad guy there, so I didn't know what to use. I was originally just going to place blocks there, but then I realized the bad guy isn't moving, so I got barriers this time instead of just the borders. I got barriers, and I was going to surround a pillager with them, because pillagers, I mean, they got guns. They got crossbows. That's what I was thinking. Crossbow will be your gun. And I was going to make an enchanted so you can one-shot. And then there you go. That's the guy. But just in case he didn't move, I waited. And then I quickly tried as fast as I can, tried filling him all up. And then he started moving. So I didn't know what to do. I kept on pushing him. I kept on punching him back. I kept on punching him to get back. And he was fighting back. He didn't want to escape. And I boxed him up. And then just in case that person's going to jump over, I started boxing him up even more. I don't remember why I zoomed in like that, but I boxed him up even more, and now you can't hit them at all. You can't hit them at all, hopefully. You can't hit them through the corners. Just, I wanted to try first because I didn't know if you could or couldn't yet. And now, just in case they get an idea, they get any funny ideas, I'm going to put a border under that so you can't touch it, except I was being an idiot here. And even though I'm in creative, I pretend like, oh, I can't see it, like I'm a damn mime. But you can still go through it in creative. Now, the start button doesn't really do anything, but I mean, this looks pretty cool. I'm gonna do the level sage system, and I mean, look at this. Look at the comparison. Hold on. Let me pop up the comparison real quick, because like, look at that. Does that not look like KARLSON? I mean, come on. Like and subscribe. If I get like what, 10 views, I'll do it again. I'll do this again. 10 views. And comment what you want me to add in there, and whether or not I should actually make it public for people to play.